I don't know how to be happy without my boyfriend. I've heard it once and I'll hear it again. So many girls, when they get into a relationship, go through this sort of codependency or just sort of obsession and infatuation with this person that they're dating, and it's new and it's exciting. And then they just kind of lose themselves in the process of that. They don't know how to be happy without being with their boyfriend. They don't know how to be happy doing things by themselves. And I'm going to tell you all about how you are going to be happy without your boyfriend. And I'm not saying, like being happy, being single, like when you're in a relationship, how to be happy without being with your boyfriend, without constantly hanging out with him. Now, to start off, I want you to think, were you genuinely happy being single? Before you got into this relationship, were you happy? So often, people, what I like to say is fill the void in their heart with a new relationship. Do you ever see people that just kind of jump around from relationship to relationship? Or maybe if you're being honest with yourself, you're guilty of that. Do you get out of a relationship and then immediately go to the next one? You're never really single. You're constantly liking someone or constantly obsessed with a new guy. There's never a period of time where you don't like anyone or are not in a relationship. You're constantly in a cycle of guy to guy to guy. If this sounds like you, then you fit the description here, okay? You are filling a void in your heart with a man, and that void in your heart come from many places. Maybe the person you originally dated broke your heart and now that's there and you never fully healed from that. Or maybe you've just gone through a lot of talking stages, situationships where people have treated you crappy, and it happens, and you've never even dated someone, but you've just dealt with so many crappy dudes that you're really just trying to continue to fill the hole that they're putting in your heart. What I like to compare this to is a cookie, okay? Say I'm half of a cookie and a boy is the other half of a cookie, right? Now, I get his half of the cookie and now I'm full, I'm complete, I feel good. But then we break up and he takes his half of the cookie back and I'm still the only half of a cookie. I'm still broken. I'm still not whole by myself. I need the other half of someone. And yeah, you hear the phrase like, oh, we're each other's half. But no, you need to be a whole cookie by yourself. When you're alone, you need to be the full pizza, whatever you want to think about it. You cannot have a piece of you missing that you're trying to fill. So say if you really are like this, where every time you go through a breakup, you're just like broken. Even if you didn't like the guy that much, you're just heartbroken, cannot believe he broke up with you, end of the world, whatever it may be. You need to be totally happy single. This could mean that you need to spend time not in a relationship. You need to learn about yourself. You need to find out what you like. You need to have a hobby you like, whether that's like scrapbooking or maybe that's a sport you like, whatever it may be. You need to have things that you like to do by yourself where you can feel fulfilled and happy single. Once you figure that out and once you fill the void in your heart, then you can get into a relationship. And when they leave you, if that happens, if you guys break up, you won't feel as broken because you were whole before you dated him. Say this was not you. Say before you got into a relationship, you were totally happy single. You did not feel that way. You weren't bouncing around relationship to relationship. You were completely happy and healthy being single compared to when you got into this relationship. If that's the case, and now you feel like you are not happy without your boyfriend, think about what you did and the person you were before you started dating him. You hear this with moms, like once they have a kid, they're so wrapped up in their children that it's like you kind of forget who you were before you had kids. Now, obviously, that is a way different situation. When you have kids, they become your whole life. But when you're dating someone, the person you're dating shouldn't be your entire life. You should have an identity. You should be a person on your own without that person that you're dating. And so what did you do? What did you like to do? Did you hang out with your friends more? Now that you have a boyfriend, you're not really hanging out with your friends, because that could be something that you need to kind of take accountability for and realize, yeah, I've been blowing off my friends. Like, I should go hang out with them. Maybe you worked out a lot before you started dating him, and then once you started dating him, you kind of let yourself go, because sometimes people will exercise with this like mentality that, oh, I'm like, you know, I want to like impress people. It might be subconscious, but a lot of times people do that. And then once you get into a relationship, you're kind of like comfortable and you just kind of like let that part of you go. And exercising is obviously very important. It raises your dopamine. It makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you confident. You'll be in shape. You'll be healthy on the inside. Exercise is really important. So if that is something, you should definitely get back into that hobby. But say it's anything else, whatever it may be, and you stopped doing that when you started dating the person, get back into it. But if you really feel like that you can't get back into it because it's something to do with your relationship, maybe like your boyfriend is really controlling or he doesn't want you to do things without him, these are all things that you need to take in your head. Like, am I meant to be with this person? If I'm letting myself go and letting things go that I love this much because of this guy, like, do I want that to be the rest of my life? Probably not, right? So really think, what can I do that I used to do before I got into this relationship? And if the answer is you can't do some of those things because of this guy you started dating, then that might be the answer to your question. Check your environment. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Where are you living? Is there something about where you are that you just hate? And so you're just kind of totally putting your attention into this one thing that's going well in your life, because I see this so often. Perfect example is, say you go to college and you do not like the school that you're at all, but you meet a boy there and you love him, like you're obsessed with him, you start dating him, and now you hate everything else about the school. You hate the school, you hate your friends there, you hate it all, but you're dating this guy and he's like the only thing going well in your life. So you're kind of just like pouring all your attention into that because everything else in your life just seems like it's falling apart. That's just one example, but this could be with so many things. So really think, can I change my environment? If you don't have a lot of friends, how can you make new friends? What can you get involved in to make new friends? Honestly, like Bumble BFF. There's a lot of different ways that you can make friends. If you're into the gym, start talking to people at the gym. Like, you are never going to make friends by being quiet and not talking to people. I have made so many friends literally just by talking to people when I didn't have to talk to them. I remember freshman year of college, there was a girl in the Starbucks line and I complimented her ring, and we literally became friends after that, and I like loved her, I adored her. She was like such a good friend to me. And that's just like one example. If I just didn't say, oh my God, I love your ring, that's so cute, like where's it from, we wouldn't have been friends. Like, how weird is that to think about? And we also like weren't in the same grade or any of the same classes ever, so chances of me meeting her would have really been slim. And that's just a perfect example. Like, if you do not put yourself out there, if you don't try new things, if you don't try to talk to people, like, what are you expecting to happen in your life? If you don't ask a question, the answer is no. If you don't step forward, you'll always remain in the same place. There's so many things that you have control of in your life, and you just need to take control. You need to take action. Moral of the story is, you really need to love yourself first. You need to put yourself first all the time, because if you are not okay inside, if you are not whole, if you don't love yourself, how are you gonna expect somebody else to love you and to put that energy into you? You need to be complete. You need to be happy. You need to not be insecure. You need to be so confident in yourself and have so much self-worth that no one can take that away from you. Say if this was you in the past and you're trying to figure it out, I'm so happy that you watched this video, because I really hope that this made you realize, you need to take the time to love yourself. But if you are in a relationship right now and you're feeling like this is you, I do not believe in taking a break to work on yourself. I think breaks are BS, because I think that when people say, oh, I need to work on myself, like we're taking a break, you should be able to be dating someone that you can work on yourself while you're dating them. What are you gonna date and get married and not work on yourself for the rest of your life? No, when you're married, there's no breaks, just divorce. Don't take a break. Breaks are stupid. If you take a break, you should literally break up, because you're really not meant to be together. You should be able to work on yourself while you're in a relationship. So therefore, if you're in a relationship right now and you're feeling like this is you and you're like, wow, I need to work on myself, I'm not telling you to break up with your boyfriend. I'm telling you that you should work on yourself, and you need to start setting time apart from your boyfriend to do these things. Set time to work on yourself. You want to start a business? Set time for that. Start a hobby, exercise more, a sport, whatever it is. Make the time for yourself to do that, and you should be able to make time for yourself while being in a relationship. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you want to see next, and let me know if any of this resonated with you. Have you ever been in a situation like this? I would love to hear it. I just get this question so often across my social media accounts, and I just wish I could like shake every girl and be like, girl, like love yourself first. Put yourself first. You have to be whole before like this guy can be in your life, okay? So again, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.